Okay. Alright, so today we're setting up an Amazon tree boa. We're starting out by putting bedding in the bottom. I like to use orchid bark for Amazon tree boas. It absorbs a lot of moisture and lets it evaporate again into the air. Amazon tree boas need a lot of humidity, so you're going to need to put in something that will allow them to maintain the high humidity that they need. In addition to a substrate that holds moisture, you want to put in a nice big water bowl that will allow for evaporation. This is a CC Pet Lagoon. It's got this nifty lip here, which makes it look like it's just sitting right on top of the bedding. So I need to add more water, more bedding. Alright, so now that we've got the bedding in there, Amazon tree boas are an arboreal species, so you're going to want to give them places to perch and to bask. This is a sandblasted manzanita. These branches work really, really well for perching sites. They work for chameleons, tree boas, any kind of arboreal species. This is a habitat. I'm going to be using it to create a moist hive and also a place for this to brace against. Some real vines as well. If you create crisscrossing branches, often an Amazon tree boa will perch right where the branches cross. So you can control where your boa will actually sit. So you can make it so that it'll sit right there, right there. I don't want to use that piece. And then for decor, this is Exoterra turtle grass. Just to add some foliage to it. This is a 72-inch tropical vine. All these items you can find for sale on our website. The key with any kind of arboreal species is not only do you want to give them an arboreal place to bask, but you want to give them lots of foliage to hide around. Having lots of foliage also provides a place for water to condense on, and when you spray the cage, water will sit on the leaves and on the branches and then evaporate into the air, which will create a lot of ambient humidity within the cage. So here's our vine. Nice and bushy. So while your cage may have looked really, really boring before, now with all the foliage in it, it's nice and pretty. So now we've got all the foliage in there, that makes it a nice lush environment for him. And then, again, to help with humidity, you can pack some moss in there. This is New Zealand sphagnum moss. It adds a lot of moisture and humidity to the cage. Also makes it look a lot more natural. And then the moist hide that I was talking about, packing moss back in there. And the other important part about having moss in the cage is that you actually do have to add moisture to it. From time to time, it's not just going to stay moist, it will evaporate, which is the point. But you have to remember to add humidity to it as well. So lots and lots of moss. And there we go. Then we're going to put on some background. So now we're going to trim it up. What I usually do is I'll tape it in place. Here. Have a razor blade. Use the razor blade to trim it in a nice straight line, mostly. And then with that trimmed, we start giving you this tape, and you can start to here. There's that taped on, and so the background really does make it look a lot nicer. It's mostly for us, not so much for the snake, but it does look pretty cool. And there's the lid. In addition to that, I like to put on both a basking light and a UVB light. For these guys, because they're nocturnal and it's getting to be cold, we'll be using both a UVB and a red light. We're going to go ahead and put in an infrared. UVB bulb. I think the UVB bulb makes the snake's display a lot nicer. It creates a nice naturalistic day-night cycle for them to have an actual white light that comes on during the day. So, now, we're going to put
production, distribution to, Sri Lanka, which is badly in need. Can you just remind us of how bad and vicious it is in Sri Lanka with snake bites?
There we go. And that is the completed setup. At home, you can use a regular basking light if you don't want to see the red light in there. Or you can just use a red light, or you can use a ceramic heat emitter. It's up to you. You can also use a strict fluorescent. It's pretty much whatever you think will look cool. And now that we have that, go ahead and spray it down. You want to get it nice and wet. Again, these are arboreal snakes that are from South America. They need it pretty humid. You want to spray it down really nice and thoroughly at least twice a day. If you're able to set up a fogger or a misting system to go off 3 or 4 times a day, especially if you live in a drier climate like here in Manatee, Southern California, that can help. But it's not essential if your snakes are doing fine with just a misting a couple times a day. Each situation is a little bit different. Fill up the water bowl. A bit dirty. And there we go. Now it's time to put the snake in. Alright, and now we can go ahead and put the snake in. Oh no. And that is how you set up an Amazon tree boa.
And Andy's been dying to hear from you guys as well. I know he really misses you guys. Hi, Andy, say hi.